his mic. You don't get to talk until I say you talk. This is a special edition of Ms. TV. See, I have 10 years of frustration to get off my chest because you have cost me so many opportunities. Oh, and you smile, and if that microphone was on, you'd say my arrogance cost me those opportunities. But let's be honest, John, your word to the bosses, to the higher-ups, is gospel here. You're at the top of the mountain in the WWE, and it's not because you're good. It's because you manipulate every single person that comes in your way. Let me explain this. Let me make it more clear. You ever been in a job and you wonder, how does this guy get to be where he is? And then you watch him and he talks to the right people, makes the right connections, he smiles at the right time. And then there I am, working 10 times as hard, 10 times more talented, and trying to do all I can, and all I become is the other guy. Let me explain something to you, John. Let me explain something to you, John, before I was so rudely interrupted. I am not the other guy.
We had a whole lot of superstars on this stage here tonight. But I want y'all to know one thing. This is my house. And when I say who's
word attack skills and vocabulary too. Comprehension of this edition is all brand new. You're through. I'm interplanetary and like Doctor Who. So who?
Fuck your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith.
Oh, sorry. Jamming to my own theme music. Everybody, welcome. It's Ring Time.
Of course you are.
Keith and Keisha in the building. Keisha,
Of course we are.
Keisha, say hi to the people.
Hi, everybody. What's going on? Of course I can't just let Keith talk. You know, I gotta always interject my 2 cents in at the wrong time. It don't matter. It is what it is. So at least you know I'm here. That's the most important part of it.
We are here for the WWE Fastlane Preview. Fastlane is going down Sunday night. It is the final pay-per-view before WrestleMania. Excuse me, that was not intended. We'll officially be 30-some-odd days out for WrestleMania. If you are new to the WWE Network, you know if you sign up, you could get this pay-per-view and WrestleMania for free. And then you can cancel. But you probably won't. But there's some, you know, that's what they unplugging. That's what they advertise. You can cancel around that time if you want to.
Yes, you can. Why would you want to do that? That's just private. Like, no. Don't cancel.
But it is life in the fast lane. Trying to make sure I have all the right things going on here.
Of course.
But, you know.
Of course you do.
Alright, that is stereo, and that is not how it was. Okay. But, yes. Okay, so we back to, we'll have Fastlane. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of things this week. We are going to talk about SmackDown as that thing finally imploded. I mean, like, crazy. That thing imploded.
Yeah.
So that went down. And we are also going to talk about TNA. Keisha, I don't talk a lot about TNA, but this time we got to talk about TNA. And this time we're going to do what a lot of people accuse me of. No, I take that back. People accuse me of hating on TNA, right? I just point out huge ineptitude that shows up in their handling of business. And this week is crazy. So I had this whole thing planned out about like the Hardys leaving and how that was a big mistake for TNA, and how TNA shouldn't have let them leave, and how they should have wined and dined and did what they needed to do to keep the best thing they got going on that horrible wrestling program that they put together from leaving. Keish, I was working on an article also for something similar, because so I like to write it, I like to talk it, and what I do it is kind of different, and I think you get value from both. So go to ringtimeprowrestling.com, see what I got to say. But I look up and Drew Galloway was gone. Okay, well, that adds a little spice to everything I need to talk about. But damn, Mike Bennett and Maria gone. Didn't they just get there?
Yeah.
Jade is gone. I'm like, y'all just had the hottest young female talent in the business, formerly known as Mia Yim. Did she have y'all title not too long ago? And it's like 7 people, Keith. And I'll be like just 7 people. It's one thing. Okay, when the WWF lose people, right? For whatever reason. And most of the time, they lose people because they suck. Or, you know what? Not most of the time. There are some people they lose because they just don't know what to do with them. But they don't lose people that they was like trying to actively use.
Right.
And these people don't have WWE contracts or nothing either. See, it'd be one thing if it's like, okay, these people are leaving y'all because, hey, they filed greener pastures. No, Keish. They don't really know what's next. They might be in New Japan. Might not. Who knows? One thing I do know
until you find out.
They know they ain't working there. It's kind of like how Kaepernick left the 49ers. He opted out his contract. Like, hey, guaranteed work is here, but I would rather work somewhere else. Even if that means I don't know where my next job gonna be, it ain't gonna be here.
Right.
Kind of what these guys are saying to TNA. You know what I mean? So, it's gonna be interesting, but we're gonna break it down. I'm gonna break down some of the Hardys' complaints for leaving and tell you why it's pretty much their whole management's fault. Now, to be fair, management situation is in a flux, right? Mm-hmm. Ownership situation, still trying to figure out. I don't even think they know who owned the place yet. But you know what you got to figure out? Who your horse is gonna be, Keish. Mm-hmm. A wrestling company is only worth who's on the roster. The two most important components of a wrestling company are 2 things: talent and television. You got to have both of those, or you don't have a wrestling company for real. That's it. Talent and television.
That's it.
That's it. You got to have you got to have a distribution model for your product, and then when you have a distribution model, you got to have product. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. That's what your product is. People. That's what you put on television. They can't. That's why they can't let me win $100 million, Keish. That's why. Because I'd have this thing rocking and rolling. I'm telling you.
Nah, they seen that from the beginning and was like, nope. We're not doing that.
Cannot give me $100 million. But without further ado, let's get into the show.
All right. So, what we talking about first, Keith?
All right, we're going to talk about Raw. Because I Didn't really like Raw. I thought Raw was not the biggest seller for a pay-per-view. It wasn't the biggest go-home that I would like. But I did like parts of Raw, right?
Right.
Goldberg opened up the show. He did his little spiel. I'm not that big of a fan of Goldberg talking that much. He took that long Goldberg walk to the ring, and it just ain't 1998 no more, Keish. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Not even 99. Not 2000. Like, we've moved pretty far in this. And, I mean, I don't want to sound like the party pooper, but it just... What we doing out here?
I don't know. Because everybody gets so excited and, like, jump up out of their own space just to cheer on the same thing we've been seeing since like 99. It's like, come on, man.
Here's the thing.
I
get nostalgia.
Don't make sense to me.
I get nostalgia. But that being said, I am not that excited for the actual match that's going to happen Sunday between Goldberg and Owens as much as I'm excited for the shenanigans and what is going to be the end result of what happens Sunday, right? Because this is how the WrestleMania table going to be set. Basically, we're going to determine who's going to have a title match at WrestleMania, and understand this match will not finish clean. There will be a screw job, or there will be some kind of interference that will lead to somebody winning this match. But whether the consequences are intended or not. But so far, I think also because both of them have bigger impending storylines happening, it's really hard to focus on them two having an issue, right? Because Goldberg big date is Brock Lesnar. That's the big one. It's Brock. Everything else pales in comparison. Owens, his big day is Jericho. That's what's coming down. I mean, the best friends have turned on each other, which, if you've been listening to the show for the last 5 or 6 months, we have been telling you that this is probably what was going to happen. Not really pat myself on the back, but just telling you that, like, it's kind of obvious. And I probably should be head of creative, but that's a whole other story. No, I mean, come on, man. We know I should probably have got that job a long time ago, but I'm not mad. It's just like promotions at my day job. The WWE is a little slow in recognizing who has the talent out here. But I digress.
I bet.
Yeah, but I mean, both of them got bigger issues going on, and I mean, that's what we're more concerned with. The New Day took on Jinder Mahal and Rusev. We got a little Oscar skit out of the beginning part of the match, and then we got to see, I guess, handsome Rusev and hard body Jinder. Who came up with this? Did I miss something, or
No.
are we trying too hard?
Didn't.
Also, Jinder. I mean, I know we've discussed this on the show before, and now they call him hard body Jinder. Are we just go ignore that guy has clearly taken a bunch of steroids?
I guess we are, because no one has said anything. Everybody's acting like it ain't even happened. We just gonna keep throwing him out there and act as if this is just normal.
Okay, to avoid the legalities of slander and libel, I'm not saying we know he took steroids. I'm just saying he's steroid looking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
Okay, there's jack guys all over the place, right? Like, I'm like this. Cena's jacked, but he has a certain look that I'm not saying it's natural either. I'm not saying that, but it doesn't look so veiny. Is that a better word for it?
Yeah.
Okay, Jinder looks veiny. Jinder looks like one of my college teammates that was very swole after spring break. And we couldn't figure out why. And he did end up having some kind of serious incident in a dorm room with a young lady because he was raging. Jinder got that kind of look. He got that kind of look going. I'm not saying it's legit. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I would be drawing attention to that. I'd let that go. But I don't even think they think this tag team working. They just don't know what to do with these guys. Like, wherever you watch wrestling, you can tell when, like, creative does not have anything for you. Like, they should just be playing that song, Creative has nothing for you.
Lord Jesus.
Because they don't.
I forgot that song even exists.
Not have anything for you. It's okay. I mean, not everybody. Okay. Anybody who listens to the show, I have booked wrestling for a long time. In my mind, I have talked about all the fantasy scenarios that you can have, but I cannot guarantee you that I can write something for everybody on the roster. You know what I mean? I can set my feuds up. I can set together a 2-hour show. I don't know if I can fit you and your boy into the 2-hour show. Now, Lana and Rusev, I think I can keep them in the show. I don't understand how anybody can't keep them in the show, right? It's based on natural chemistry, based on they've both shown ability to be comedic and be funny. Rusev has one of the more natural looks that the business has seen. Like, I could drop Rusev off in 1984 wrestling, and he'd be a big star. I could drop him off in 1994 wrestling, and he'd be a big star. Because, I mean, he's just a big barrel-chested dude. Like, it just... Yeah, I mean, he kind of hairy. Like, he has... It's a believability thing, right? So, if I drop him off and I tell you, hey, that big dude... And especially you watch him move and his speed and all that. Hey, that big dude's a tough guy. You can rock with that. So... But, yeah, I would say that this guy, they don't know what to do. They don't have any idea what they're doing there. But New Day defeats Jinder and Rusev, and what can you expect? I mean, those losses too, that they spiraled down. Now, better parts of the show. Stephanie talking to Mick Foley. Keish, there are some people who can crush your soul.
Yeah, that hurt my feelings, and it wasn't even directed towards me.
Right.
Like, I mean, it hurt all my feelings. Not even a little bit. Like, it really was just one of those I needed to snatch myself away because I'm going to go cry in the corner type situation.
Yeah, I mean, she told that man that he gets weaker every week.
Yeah. Like, how do you even keep this up after being told something like that?
I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things like, hey, man, I don't know if I need to keep showing up for work. But you do, because you kind of need the job, and you got to get paid.
Right.
But damn.
Yeah.
But
So, yeah, that was just something that I personally wished kind of wouldn't have happened. But what can you do? You know?
right.
I can't stand. I don't know. It was so uncomfortable. It was really uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, it was uncomfortable to watch. But it's what she do. That is what she do. She is the best at making that stuff work.
I know she's the best at it. She makes it work. I personally have to wonder, like, how does she even like prepare herself for this stuff? You know, like, how do you get out there and pretty much tell a person in like so many words, like, okay, I can't do this. Like, seriously, you suck. I don't know. All I know is it's difficult to watch.
Yeah.
So, I give it that. It is difficult to watch. I can't. Like, I try, but I can't. I can't stand it.
Cruiserweight action. Akira Tozawa defeated Noam Dar with Brian Kendrick attacking after the match.
Which was retarded.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
sorry.
much. Charlotte and Nia Jax defeat Bayley and Sasha Banks, which, now, I'll tell you this, was thoroughly entertained. And I'm very rarely entertained when Sasha Banks loses. Don't know why or how it got rolling that Nia was going to be subject to that match, but that was cool. Because when they were short, it was like Charlotte and Dana Brooke. And Dana Brooke was looking confused. And Charlotte was like, you ain't my partner.
Right.
One thing I would say with Dana, man, I don't know what they're doing with her either, because she snapped on Charlotte once, and then it was like, we're going to bring her back and have her back in, like, the lackey role. Which, that's kind of saying they don't know what to do with her either. Like, we think you're good as a lackey. You probably don't need to keep speaking. Just go ahead and keep lacking.
Right.
But then she got hurt. That belly to Bayley outside the ring when she interfered, she got hurt for real. It was like, get the caught for her.
Right.
But
yeah.
How? I want to know, when do we get Nia Jax versus Charlotte?
Oh, later. Because you know it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah, Nia's going to be the kind of like the baby face of the scenario, because I mean Charlotte is utterly despicable, and I like her that way.
Right.
I'm
yeah, you right about that one, boy. I'm telling you.
Jim Ross said that Alexa Bliss was the best heel on the female side.
Man.
He said, I mean, fans lit him up for it. And I'm just like, yeah, they should have.
Yeah. Exactly. I really just don't even know how to. What you really? I'm trying to gather my words here because I'm trying to figure out like how to even phrase the question that I have in my head right now. So you gotta excuse me. I give myself a second to get it together. I give myself a second to get it together. We're gonna continue and come back to that because
okay,
part of this in my head because
right.
I can't right now.
I can tell you right now. I'm not saying he off base. I think Alexa Bliss does a wonderful job.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's incredibly talented. That being said, Charlotte is, and maybe here's the thing. I think after seeing Alexa perform, she does a good job. And she, how do I say this? She knows she's impressive, but I think because her stature and some of the other things, it's easy to overlook her. But that being said, ain't nothing like this Charlotte Flair thing. Nothing like it. She's 6'2". She's an incredible athlete. And when she gets on that mic, Keish, I believe every single word. Like, I literally believe that she thinks she's the queen and she is better than everybody. And she feel like we should be paying her to inhale that oxygen.
Charlotte illuminates this aura around her that makes you feel that way. Like when she walks out to the ring, it's not like every other superstar, you know? Like the other women of the division, they come out, you know they're there. But Charlotte, like it's like Charlotte to me at times is like, it's kind of like a car wreck. Like you want to look away, but you can't. You really don't want to actually pay attention to it, but you can't help yourself. You have to. You need to see it. You need to know what's going on. Charlotte, to me, brings that kind of attention to herself. People hate her, like, to the point, like, literally they just can't stand her. But they can't help but to listen to her when she talks. They can't help but to look at her when she's out at the ring. They can't help but to pay full attention to her when she's present, because that's just what she brings.
Right.
I'm starting to actually buy into Alexa Bliss a little bit more as time goes on, but she can't touch Charlotte. Like, in my eyes, Alexa is better the way she is, because I'm telling you, she is annoying, but I'm just saying, but she doesn't bring that aura like Charlotte does. She doesn't have that around her like Charlotte does. Like, it's enough to make you, like, question, like, to ask this, and this is what I was trying to formulate in my head. It's enough to make you ask the question of, was she really, like, is the word she's saying really true? You know? Like, was she really born to do this? Like, was this really, like, what it is for her? Like, is this really how this should be? I mean, was this Charlotte's first choice in life? Was it what she wanted to do in life? Because, I mean, the girl's a natural. Seriously.
Yep.
And it's not, and it ain't saying it like, you know, even, I have to honestly say, take away the fact she's Ric Flair's daughter and all of that. Like, take away all of that. I believe wholeheartedly, like, she's just a damn natural. Like, this was just meant for her. This was her calling. Like, this definitely is where she was always supposed to be. You can't. It's funny. It's to the point where you can't even argue with it. There's no argument for it. I might not can't stand Charlotte at times, but I'm telling you, there's times I literally want to change the channel. But I won't ever take away the greatness that you will see in a wrestler. So I'm never going to stomp down on her greatness because, I mean, the woman she has it. Like, seriously, she has it. So one day we will see Nia Jax and Charlotte. And it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be sooner rather than later. Because it's going to get to a point where Nia is going to really kind of get tired of Charlotte.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, Nia don't like nobody, no way. Let's just be real. But it's going to get to a point where she's going to be like, okay, seriously though.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm done with you.
Well, not even that. It's just that, like, look, I'm the most dominant female here. It's time for the belt. I mean, hey, you see what happened last time? Charlotte pat her on the back. She ended up yoked
right.
up.
Okay.
So, all right, don't get it twisted.
Right. Exactly.
Seth Rollins had an interview with Corey Graves. That was interrupted by Triple H and Samoa Joe. Of course, no violence happened because Rollins is still hurt. But I think we're setting the table for Triple H and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. It's going to happen.
It already is, so.
I think that knee is better. I mean, they said, like, the rehab, the way it was set up, it was like an 8-week injury, and he should be ready for WrestleMania. Now, that being said, I mean, there's no warm-up for Rollins. Like, he's going to have his match right away. Now, the beauty of it is he's having it with Triple H. And
right.
One thing, even though at a 45-year-old Triple H, I know he'll take care of you. And Triple H looking to tear the house down. How do I know? He is starting to train, and he's getting ready, and he is doing some tag matches at house shows and some dark matches. So he'll be ready for WrestleMania. Like,
I can believe it.
He's doing a tag team, a 6-man tag. So the first thing he'll probably do is a 6-man tag, right?
Right.
He'll be in one of those, and then he doesn't have to get in the ring that much. Then he'll come in and do it as a tag match. That's more time. Then he might do 1 or 2 singles, but just to kind of get the wind going. If Sami Zayn can stay healthy, he might be an opponent that he'll use on the circuit.
True.
Because I think you want to try to mimic
true.
Rollins without mimicking Rollins, so you'll need something. And if I start thinking somebody with not the same, like they're similar size. The body type is different, but the size is about the same.
And you really want to get there in body type.
Yes.
Definitely.
Samoa Joe defeated Cesaro.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean,
I
here's
wasn't
the thing.
surprised. I really love it.
Joe's not going to lose till WrestleMania. Just understand this. He might not lose at WrestleMania. I'm just saying he's not going to lose anything before that. Like, we're building him up as, like, the destroyer. So he has to destroy everything in his path prior to whatever happens with him. And what's his major influx into the storyline. Sami Zayn attacks after the match because he finally decided to stop getting beat up. And, good for Sammy. Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns have their contract signed. And that's how the show ends. And, I mean, you know how I feel about contract signs.
I'm done with them.
Like, they don't have any more steam. It's just like...
Exactly.
Contract signings.
I'm so tired of them at this point. Like, every time they talk about a contract, I'm like, here we go. Like, it's one of the moments where you just roll your eyes and you're just kind of like, okay, seriously?
Yeah, because you know what's about to happen, right?
Right. You know exactly what's about to happen. And you're just sitting there just kind of like, Lord, help me. Because it's really retarded. Like, it don't make sense. Come on, man. Really? it's frustrating. It's
Right.
frustrating to sit there and know exactly what's going to happen verbatim.
Right.
You know, they both come out, they get a chance to talk, they talk smack to each other, they both sign it, and in the midst of signing it, one of them flips it over, there's a fight, or there might not be a fight, or whatever, and then, you know, they go their separate ways, and it's over.
Yeah, I don't get why they've done what they're done with that. But Roman, I guess this is supposed to be his big stand where he beat up Braun for a little bit. And he took him out and he speared him through the barricade and all that. Only for Braun not to go down or stay down. Like, they're creating this like the insurmountable odd. Like, Roman's going to look tough, but he may not win it. I don't know. Really, when a guy gets beat up every week, he wins the match at the pay-per-view. But did we build Braun up this far to let it down?
No. But how do you prove that? How do you prove that?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know what we're doing here, but the way Braun looks, I don't know what you could do with him or what's his next program, but I know you can't. As much as they don't want the Golden Boy Roman Reigns to lose, I think he might have to. But
He won't have a choice.
Yeah.
Really.
yeah, but we'll get to the pay-per-view preview later. Right now, it's time for our break, and we'll come back with the birthdays, the news. We're going to run through SmackDown, because SmackDown was hella interesting.
Yeah, it was.
Definitely the better show this week. Definitely the better show this week.
We definitely need to talk about that.
Yeah, so y'all heard the Miz drop some truth bombs earlier in the show with the opening promo, so we'll get to that later. So we'll hit this break, and we'll be back. Peace.
Of your world, a place where the devil sings your praises, a place where you can smell the stench of evil in the air. This is your world, Bray. But it's not mine. It never was. There was a time where I said, if you can't beat him, join him. But I have another expression for you, Bray. Once you join him, and it's the right time, screw him! This is your temple, is it not? Your place of worship. This is hallowed ground. This is sacred ground. And why? Because underneath this floor, underneath this rocking chair, lies the sister of Satan himself, Abigail. That's right, Bray. Sister Abigail was put to rest directly beneath my feet.
Yo, everybody, we are back.
We sure are. Wondering why the break took so long.
And it is time for the wonderful birthday segment.
Birthdays.
Yes, I like birthdays. You like birthdays. Everybody like birthdays. So
I especially like March birthdays. March birthdays are awesome.
yes.
All March birthdays deserve shout outs.
March is big. And in about 8 days, we will be dealing with a birthday of great importance. I'm not even sure if I'm going to have a partner on this show next week because of birthday next week.
You will have a partner on the show next week. I promise you that.
Okay.
So you will definitely have a partner on the show next week. I guarantee it.
All right, America. You heard it on live radio.
I'm gonna tell you. In 8 days, I ain't going to work. Like, nope, I'm taking off because it is a very important occasion. So I'm not going to work that day. So you're definitely, not only will you have a partner, but I will be fully ready to go and everything. I'm telling you, like, it's going to be awesome.
Don't show up
I
to
am
work.
thoroughly going to be way too excited.
Don't show up to work drunk.
No, because you're not going to work. You didn't hear me? Listen, I'm not going to work.
I'm talking about this job.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Talk about
I'm not
this
gonna
job.
show up drunk.
Don't show up to work.
I'm not going to show up drunk. I promise I won't be drunk. Okay? I won't. Because that's not going to go well. I'm telling you. It just won't. The two won't mix. I won't make it. I wouldn't even make it. Nope, not doing it. Mm-mm. Not even a glass or two. No, can't do that. But it's funny because I don't know if the people really understand what's going on right now. I don't think they do. Or maybe they do. I think they got it. They're smart enough. I know they do. Some of them might not.
So let's deal with the matter at hand. It is the birthdays. It is March. You know what? I'm gonna start back to the day before, because man. So 2 days ago, which was Wednesday, March 1st, Keish, Gerald Adnan had a birthday. Gerald Adnan was one part of the trio for the Sergeant Slaughter thing. Sergeant Slaughter, Iron Sheik. Well, Iron Sheik was Colonel Mustafa. And they, they was the Axis of Evil, all that good stuff. Kind of got death threats, all that great stuff. Mike Tenay, TNA announcer, had a birthday Wednesday. He turned 62.
Mike Tenay is 62?
Yeah.
Man.
Another one. Also on Wednesday, one Booker T. Huffman, the five-time WCW champion, turned 52.
He really did just throw out his last name like that.
Yeah. Do you know Booker T and Big E got the same birthday? Big E just turned 31. Big E just turned 31. Born in 1986.
Stop playing.
Also, on that same day.
Wait. Big E is a March birthday? I did not know that.
Yeah.
That made me like him even more. That's awesome.
Emma also celebrated a birthday on March 1st. So March 1st was loaded. March 2nd, Thursday, actually had two pretty big, the late Lance Cade and Deborah. Deborah turned 57 on Sunday.
Awesome.
Yesterday. And here on the 3rd, Friday, there's only one birthday, and that's one Justin Gabriel. Justin turned 36.
What is Justin Gabriel? We gotta find him.
It's probably somewhere as PJ Black. You find him somewhere. And that is pretty much it. Saturday, March 4th is Serena's birthday. Other than that, that's it. Nothing else. Nothing happens on the 5th at all, which is Sunday.
Right.
Now, Monday will get you to Val Venus and Kennedy. They share a birthday, which is kind of weird somewhere, I guess.
Weird.
Right. But yeah, that's it for birthdays. Now it's time for the news.
Oh Lord.
So
What we got going on in the news?
Originally, it was the Hardys and Drew Galloway are leaving Impact Wrestling. But that is an old note because it is the Hardys. It is Drew Galloway. Also, there's rumors that the Hardys could be headed to New Japan, but I would take that. That's another. But, yeah. Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis are both gone from Impact Wrestling.
Really?
Yes. Former TNA Knockouts champion Jade is the latest name to leave. Her deal has expired, so when she joins the Hardys, Galloway, Bennett, Maria, on the names are listed as free agents right now. She joined as part of Tara Terrell's Dollhouse, and then went on her own and had a belt, and now she is looking for work in all the wrong places, looking for work. Okay, sorry. I saw the Eddie Murphy buckwheat thing.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
This is why.
It was doing the Mark Twain prize thing, and I'm always here for Eddie Murphy as buckwheat. I've been watching that for about 30-something years, and it's still funny. Also, check out Eddie Murphy Best of Saturday Night Live. It's like one of the funniest things you'll see. Like, that guy saved SNL, and it was a incredible piece of sketch comedy. But I digress. So I got a bit of bad news, Keish.
Oh Lord.
Shaq says that him and the Big Show at WrestleMania probably ain't gonna happen.
Yes. Sorry, I was not really excited about that. I'm not even going to sit here and act like I was.
They've been teasing this match for like the last 4 years.
Yeah, I know it, but I wasn't really excited about that.
Yeah.
Like, if I sat here and said I was, I'd be lying. And I don't want to lie to the people. I'm glad that match might not happen. Because I'm pretty sure it was going to be disastrous.
I think
in its own way.
I think they can put together a good match. You're not trying to ask them both to do a lot. And I think Big Show could carry the match. And when it's time, it will be over,
Well, they didn't even give an explanation of why this wouldn't happen. Or they just kind of like, oh yeah, that match is just going to get scrapped.
Yeah. It's more like, let's not acknowledge too much of it. But, yeah, Show, I think they could make it work, like I said. Show could carry the match, but it's not happening. I don't think Shaq is want to, and I don't know if they came to him at the right time or whatever. So that's the thing. Keish, Shaq Rougeau has put out a formal request that he would like his whole family inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. I would say this the nicest way possible.
Figure out how that works.
Okay, here's the thing. I think he wants a deal kind of like the Hart family got. Like the Harts are in, but it's not the whole family. Like Natty's not in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
All right. But Brett is in the Hall, Stu is in the Hall, but they didn't put Owen in. They didn't put, which is something they probably should do. And
that's what I'm saying. Like, so what? They put the whole family in, and that does what? I'm just trying to figure out, like, how does that work for, like, future family members and, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we both understand that not every quote-unquote family member would actually be in the Hall of Fame. So how does that play into, future dates and inductions and all of that kind of stuff? Like, if you're a family member, are you, like, guaranteed a spot in the Hall of Fame? Like, do you have just that place waiting for you? Like, I'm not understanding, like, how this exactly goes down, but, whatever.
here's what I would say. I think a big part of it is that he wants his dad. His dad's 87 and failing health, and he thinks if he can get it, they can get in. His dad would love to have this moment before he dies. And I get it. You ride for your family and your dad and the people around you. You know what I mean? I would say, that being said, that probably ain't gonna be the role.
Mm-mm.
Like, nope.
I don't know. I guess I have my own attitude about the situation. So.
Yeah.
I leave it alone.
I think Jacques was an intelligent talented guy. He was a kind of champion. He was tag team champion. I think the Rougeau brothers were very good together. I think the Bounty was an incredible character. That being said, Hall of Fame, don't know. I think the Hall of Fame is diluted as is. So, nah, not so much. So that pretty much happened. Do you know it's been 2 years since the WWE Network has started? We are 2 years into the experiment called the WWE Network.
Right, and it is booming.
Yeah.
Booming. I'm sucked in. I can't even sit here and act like I'm not. I'm watching like 11 different things on the network, and I can't even keep up with all of them. So.
Yeah.
I find it interesting to do, but once it's done. So, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I love it, but
I think I would say this. One thing I've seen with the impact of it is that not having to pay for the pay-per-views, man. Woo-hoo! And having access to all that extra content.
No. So, no. It has to cease and desist.
So, Mr. T will be on this season's Dancing with the Stars. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Oh,
he
Lord.
will pity the fool who try to vote him off. But,
what? Like, why is he even doing this? Seriously.
He ain't got nothing better to do, Keish.
Yeah, I can tell. Because that's like some old I'm extra bored type shit. Like, come on, man.
Hey, man.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, hey, the thing is, I think Mr. T think he got a good shot. Yeah.
Well, if he feel like he can win, I guess that's just how that's gonna go.
Right.
So, but I'm like, for real? Like, who made that decision? I just want to know. Like,
here's the thing, Keish.
but then again, I asked myself that question about after the test was on there. So, I'm like, really? Mr. T. I can't wait to see that shit. I'm going to be laughing. Like, ooh, honey, get it together.
Alberto El Patron is going to be the newest member of Impact Wrestling. So, throw that up there.
Well, we'll see. So, is there anything else going on that we need to know about? I just want to know.
Yeah.
Like, we got anything going on in the else? We got anything else going on in the news that I need to be informed about before we go slaughter SmackDown with all its greatness of this week?
Yeah.
Because I need to know.
Yeah. So, that being said, let's roll into SmackDown. AJ Styles shows up, meets with Shane and Daniel, and starts talking about this match with Luke Harper. Luke Harper, of course, is standing behind him, and it's all kind of weird.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah, it was weird.
John Cena was a guest on Miz TV, and Miz was dropping that heat on Cena. Now, don't get me wrong. I felt like Cena came back, but with his first part of his promo, I was like, oh, man, why did they let him talk? He fucking it up. But then he picked up Steve, and he was rocking and rolling. I was like, this is good. Because I said, this shit sound personal. Like, this ain't no storyline. They don't like each other. But there, fast forward, and they cut their promos. And then when Cena's about to leave, Maurice slaps him, and my heart sunk. Keish, when Cena was there talking to Miz, and he was like, if I was ready for WrestleMania, I wouldn't be talking to you. I'd be here talking to the Undertaker. I was like, yep, that's where we going.
Right. Exactly. I said,
didn't no Undertaker show up?
Cena.
I said,
No,
oh,
that's
shit.
all I needed. I really just needed him to just pop up out of there. But I needed Cena to say that. I needed Cena to put real perspective into what's going on right now. I really needed for him to tell Miz the truth about himself. Damn it, I needed for that to happen.
Yeah.
So,
but
when he said that, I was like, shit.
But that being said, I couldn't say anything bad about what being said. I think it was right. And people make, compromises all the time. But no, I lost all kind of point. When Maurice slapped Cena, I was like, this is some bullshit.
Yeah,
because you know what that meant. That officially meant that now the mixed tag is on. That is what we got.
Right.
The mixed tag is on.
I was so mad. I need that mixed tag to happen within the next 2 weeks, just so that we can end that shit and be done with it. And then it gotta be at WrestleMania. I don't want that to happen. Please don't let that happen to you. Just don't. Do not let them make this mixed tag happen, man. And then I can't take it.
Right.
No. They can't have that going on. I'm not dealing with it. I have nothing against any of them, but no, I don't want to see that. No one wants to see that shit. Come on, man.
But yeah, that was just disappointing. I was like, oh, this is bullshit. Becky Lynch defeated Mickie James in the 2 out of 3 falls match. I think the crowd is really starting to responding back to Mickie. AJ Styles defeated Luke Harper in the number 1 contender match, which was a really good match.
It really was.
The match had to get restarted because Harper had his foot on the rope, but guess what? Didn't matter because, hey, they restarted the match and AJ still won. Good job, Mr. Styles. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Taking a second, gathering my thoughts. Okay. So, I see. Okay, so we got the match from hell that might happen. And then Mickie Beastin. So, okay. What is really going on, Keith? I really need some perspective on some of this stuff. Seriously, what the hell is going on, man? Is this thing that we've seen really coming true? Like, are we really headed into the direction of the sheet that we saw and we talked about last week with WrestleMania? Because I'm starting to really see this unravel right now into that direction, and I'm just kind of like, the fuck? Like,
no, the mixed tag is happening. Matter of fact, next week they're gonna have a little preview because Nikki Bella and Cena are gonna take on Carmella and James Ellsworth, which is going to be the worst heart garbage ever. Now, Miz may interfere, but other than that, it's still gonna be hot garbage. Dean Ambrose destroyed a jobber. Always nice to see jobbers get destroyed. Him and Baron Corbin had a nice discussion about life. Where I think, yeah, check, but
yeah. Okay, so are they gonna have? What are they gonna do? Like, well, no, because what was the prediction for that match? It was them two against each other in a no disqualification or false count anywhere or something like that. It was something along those lines, so I could see that. This Baron Corbin Dean Ambrose thing, I know, is just going to play itself all the way out to WrestleMania, which I'm glad that we have an Intercontinental title match already kind of set in place, because that's going to be awesome. But I know that's not it, though. So,
but
did you just? I know you just mentioned Dolph Ziggler, right?
Yeah. Him and Baron had a nice exchange.
So there's okay. Let's get to what happened at the end of SmackDown, because I know that me and you have had this conversation before. I know me and you talked about this.
Right.
I know other people. I've talked to other people about this. I know that I've talked to so many folks about this. I can't even count. Okay? So, because the number one question that was asked of me is, why is Randy Orton aligning himself with Bray Wyatt?
All right, well, we're going to fast forward.
Nobody.
Because we got to fast forward because we went past Ziggler beating Apollo Crews in a chairs match, which
that wasn't important.
Okay.
Like, okay, hold on, let me rewind for a second. I love Dolph Ziggler, don't get me wrong, people. I do. But right now, that match was just, it wasn't that it was a bad match or anything. I mean, I give them both they do. It was alright.
Well, here's the thing.
But at the same time,
the premise of a chairs match is stupid.
yeah.
But also, we're not trying to advance Apollo Crews, are we? Like, I need to let that go, right?
Keith, I'm trying to hold on to some kind of hope that that's not the case, but it's starting to really look that way. Like, I think what they're going to do with Apollo Crews, and I hate to put it this way because it really sucks, is they're just going to pull him out when they beat him, but they're not really going to do much with him. And it sucks because I really feel like he deserves that opportunity, but I really think it's for different. I think they deliberately keep him where he is at because of different factors, but I don't feel like he needs to be kept in the same place. You know, I still feel like the only way that you even remotely get better at this is if you're given the opportunity. I don't feel like they're ever going to give him the opportunity to be great. You know, like he's just going to always be in this place where they just kind of pull him out. It's like he's just going to keep. Excuse me. He is just going to keep being that person. You know, like we're going to see him fade out for like another 3 to 4 months, and then he's going to come back in some new feud with somebody else just to kind of make him look good. And it sucks because I feel like they give Apollo Crews an opportunity that he can really, he could really put himself out there, you know. But that has yet to happen. And personally, I'm starting to feel like I'm starting to feel like maybe he'll end up from trying to find a way out. Because at the end of the day, I don't know. At the end of the day, I know that he is going to want that. You know, everybody wants to advance. I don't care what kind of job you have. I don't care what you do for a living, what kind of industry you work in. Everyone wants to get into a better place. Everybody wants that top spot. So
fair enough.
Apollo can't even. I mean, I feel like they don't even put Apollo in like good mid card stuff half the time.
No, they don't.
I love him with. I love Dolph and everything, but I really felt like this whole feud in itself was just retarded. And of course, it was just something to, you know, give them both something to do, but at the same time, Apollo was just going to end up fading back into the background, whereas Dolph is going to always have like a place. So it's just really ridiculous.
Yeah, but even Dolph's place is jacked. But
right,
yeah,
exactly.
But you know, see, I was able to flesh that out of you. So you talked about Randy Orton and the Wyatts. We talked about Bray was coming to give his what was he calling it? His little declaration.
Invocation. He called it an invocation, and I was like, "What the hell is it?"
All right, shoot.
Because I think that's the first time I've heard that word. I was like,
ain't that when they baptize a baby?
It do sound like some stuff like that, don't it? Mm-hmm. Like, it's like, what is that?
I'm pretty sure that came from church.
I was like, wait, what is an invo? Don't worry, I'm putting it in. Invocation. Okay. Oh my God, this is really a word. Okay, so the action of invoking something or someone for assistance as or as an authority. Oh, okay. The summoning of a deity or the supernatural. Incantation used for this. What? Yeah, invocation. That's 3 different definitions for invocation, but it's a real word. This is a real thing. Like this happens. So okay. I mean, and to tell the truth, now that I'm reading the definition of it, it actually makes sense why this was done by Bray Wyatt. It really actually puts into great perspective why he even called it that. Okay. So, yeah.
So that's going down.
Right.
I appreciate that. But when that happened, Randy Orton, who had conspicuously had been absent the whole show, got on the monitor and did his thing, and bam, the turn happened. The turn we've been waiting on for so long. Like, Keish, I was so excited to watch a long arcing storyline come to conclusion.
Yes.
I was like, look, that's some stuff somebody planned. Orton won the Rumble. Right. This thing was laid out. The tension between him and Harper. Everything built to this. And Randy destroyed the family. And he burnt up Sister Abigail's Western place. Now,
ooh, that was deep.
Keish, that ain't what I would have did. You know why this was incomplete?
Why?
Bray Wyatt didn't get no RKO.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that would have been really awesome.
If it would have been like Bray was still looking at that monitor talking to Randy, and Randy like, yo, I destroyed the family and I destroyed it from the inside out, and then Bray still looking up there while it's dark and people in the arena can't see nothing. Randy wearing that all black, slip in the ring, hit that RKO. The lights come up a little, not even a lot, but just a little bit over the ring, like the spotlight. And he say, man,
yeah,
I had to.
That would have been deep.
It'll just be breaking it down to him. Like, hey man, you know, could be able to join him. I picked y'all apart. I separated you and did what you need to do. And hey man.
But did he not warn them about that though?
Yeah.
Like, and I think the crazy part about it is people really weren't paying attention to it because he thoroughly showed that he was really trying in order to be a part of this family.
Yeah.
Luke, on the other hand, had said the entire time, like, you can't trust them, don't do that shit. So, Randy definitely got out of it what he wanted, wholeheartedly.
Okay.
And I was actually excited to watch that compound battle. I mean, not because I don't like Bray Wyatt. I love Bray Wyatt, but man, that fire was awesome. Like, I was like, dude, that's greatness. Just saying. Then, of course, him striking his pose outside with it, and he stares at it burning. That was just awesome.
Randy Orton did commit a felony on live television.
Right.
Because arson is a thing. I'm sure the people were mad because the worms got hurt.
Right.
But
of course, they'll get over it.
Oh no, good show. Then we just go roll downhill.
Show greatness.
Yeah, we're gonna roll downhill. So it's time for the Fastlane preview.
Oh,
what is Fastlane? Fastlane is now a Raw brand pay-per-view. It is the pay-per-view between WrestleMania and what was the last one that happened? Royal Rumble for SmackDown.
Oh, Elimination Chamber.
So Raw. I'm sorry, for Raw. Elimination Chamber was SmackDown's pay-per-view.
Okay.
This is
the last one that happened for Raw was, when did the Roadblock? It was Roadblock.
It was Roadblock. But here we are. Fastlane. 1 month out for WrestleMania. It's the third annual Fastlane. And this time we go see who will get us to WrestleMania. So we got a card. We got some people. We're going to break it down and tell you who's going to win or lose. Rich Swann and Akira Tozawa will take on Brian Kendrick and Noam Dar in a pre-show match.
Rich Swann and Tozawa.
Yeah. The baby faces win.
Yes.
Yeah, the baby faces win. Here's the thing. It's a cruiserweight match. It's a pre-show match. They'll be making it. They'll take care of it. So, yeah, there's no. The baby faces win. Swan and Tozawa, they're happy. Kendrick and Dar might end up fighting after the match.
They will.
Neville will defend his cruiserweight title against one gentleman, Jack Gallagher. As impressive as Gallagher's look, Keish, I think Neville's gonna keep this a while.
He is. I don't see him losing the belt anytime soon.
I think this might.
We can agree on Neville.
Yeah, I think this is a career revival of sorts for him. So
it is.
I think this is worked
awesome,
and I think it's worked out splendidly so far. And I think once he's done with this, he'll be able to spin back out to the main roster and really knock some heads. But
Right.
So here would take Nia Jax takes on Sasha Banks.
Is it wrong for me to believe that Sasha somehow pulls out this win? Like, I
It ain't
love
wrong.
Nia and Sasha, so I just want to make sure that I'm not crazy to believe that Sasha can somehow pull a win off against Nia Jax. Like, I really think she's going to do it. I seriously believe that Sasha is going to pull a win out of this match.
Just remember, Bayley has 2 wins over Nia Jax. One at NXT and one on the main roster.
Right.
It's possible.
So, I mean, I just want to see it happen. I do. I really want to see it happen. I think that's really what's going to happen. I seriously believe that Sasha Banks is going to beat Nia Jax.
All right.
At Fastlane.
Third match of the show, and I'm going to say we got our first disagreement. I think Nia Jax continues her path to destruction, and she going to toss Sasha about 50 times around that ring. Not saying that I would get Sasha or whatever. I just die.
Yeah.
She's legit scary because like when she be picking them chicks up by their hair and tossing them, I'm like that'll hurt.
Right.
Well,
Actually,
variety
it
of
does
levels.
it looks very intimidating, but at the same time, I think Sasha can overcome it. I think that she can find that place where she can pull out that win. So,
All right.
I'm not going to deny Sasha her abilities, and I know you're not either. But I think it's going to be Sasha Banks. Sasha.
Okay.
It's going to be rough.
Fair enough. Samoa Joe takes on Sami Zayn.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I mean that's logical. Like I said, we've discussed earlier. Samoa Joe is not losing till WrestleMania. Like if he loses at WrestleMania, like he's not losing anything anytime soon. Is what I'm saying. Sammy is a person who gets beat up for fun. Like he is like Ziggler for Raw. Like just he's like what Ziggler was a babyface. Like good match you'll get out of him, but he is meant to get beat. So that's where that goes. Luke Anderson and Doc Gallows, the club, will defend their tag team championships against Enzo and Cass.
The club.
Yeah.
Done deal.
Yeah, done deal. I mean, they're not giving up those belts anytime soon.
Nope.
Also,
Not
I
at
think
all.
if they give the belts, they'll give it some chaotic kind of match where there's like a tornado, but 5 teams, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I don't think it'll just be in a simple wrestling match either. I don't really see them that way, so I don't think they're going to do them that way. Besides, Luke and Doc haven't really spent time with the belts yet.
Yeah.
To me, like, so I think that they just going to need. I believe that they're going to get that extra time to actually hold on, even if they lose at like WrestleMania. I think that they're just going to have this opportunity to seize that time with the belt and let it marinate, you know. So.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think they're going to change the hands of the tag team titles.
No, I mean, they just got these belts. They just came out their first feud, and I'd see them rocking for a while. Bayley will defend her title against Charlotte, the Raw Women's title.
Okay.
Side note, Charlotte is 16-0 in championship matches at pay-per-views.
But she won't then win. But she won't win this one. Ooh, I said it. And I say it again. She ain't gonna win this one. Ooh, people, you talking that shit? Yes, I am. Because I'm telling you. She ain't gonna win this one. It ain't gonna happen. I will. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna keep saying it until it happens. Keith, I'm telling you, right now, from the bottom of my heart, I will root against Charlotte for every pay-per-view until she loses. I don't care. I said it, and I'll say it again. Because eventually, she's going to lose at a pay-per-view. And to me, it's going to be this one. This is where she takes her first pay-per-view loss. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're going to wait till WrestleMania for it. I don't think it's going to be after the fact. I think it's going to be right now. So, I believe Bayley will change the title. Because to tell the truth, and this is just me, I'm sick of the women's title being tossed around like we playing a game of hot potato. Okay? Like, it changes hands on Raw. It changes hands during pay-per-view. It changes hands, like, all the time. Simple stuff.
Right.
So, that's it for me. And that.
Yeah. Like I said, Charlotte 16-0 at pay-per-views. I think it continues. I think Charlotte continues her streak. Because I would if it's gonna lose, I think WrestleMania is where you do something like that. Like, you got to make everything big. Everything should be larger than life. Throwaway pay-per-view. I think Charlotte gets the belt back. So, with that, I mean,
yep.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, and you guys a few years to make some decisions. But Charlotte,
right?
Women's champ. Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman.
Yeah. Did you hear the crowd chanting Strowman's name when Roman got in the ring?
Yeah.
And this was after the spear. This is post-spear where they should be like, this is awesome. They're like, Strowman. At first I was thinking they were saying Roman. No, they were saying Strowman.
No.
Ooh.
You know they can't stand Roman Reigns.
Yeah, that is an intellectual exercise to
that man. Right, I don't care what that man does. They can't stand him. Ooh, they hate him. So, you know they're not going to be changing his name. Unless it's like a lynch mob or something. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, they are not going to change Roman Reigns' name at all. It ain't finna happen. They can't stand him. They hate him. And he keep hating him. And it's the only thing Roman is going to save Roman right now is he just turns heel. So, I want to be on this campaign for Roman to turn heel until it actually happens. Like, just all the way, completely. Like, please, Roman, just do it already. Like, tell the crowd you can't stand them, and like, to go shove it and just be done with it already.
Yeah.
Then we'll all love you. And it's funny because then we'll all love you. It's like, when you can't stand us, we'll love you. But until then, we can't stand you. Like, it makes no sense. People make no sense these days, Keith. I don't get it. I really don't get it. They don't make sense at all. Because it's like, oh, yeah, because I'm the guy. Boo, we hate you. You suck. You all worthless. Yeah. No, I don't understand it. I mean, I have to honestly put it into that kind of logic. Like, it's really just kind of, because that's really just how I think of it. Like, okay, like Cena. I know I'm getting left, but like Cena, for example. There are people out there that can't stand Cena. But if Cena got out there right now and started doing some Dr. Thugonomics type stuff, they'll love him. They would love him. And it's just kind of like, what? Like, why do you love the guy that you're supposed to hate and hate the guy that you're supposed to love? What is this? Like,
well, here's the thing.
I really think we have a new definition of heel and face here. Like,
here's what happened. I think
they just traded places.
We sold the anti-authority storyline so long ago, Everybody was looking for the counterculture hero. Everybody was looking for that anti-hero, and they got it. Got the greatest one of all time, and did the greatest thing of all time. But now they try to dictate more of what's gonna be hot, who gonna be hot, and all that. And it's kind of hard to do that. And what they've done is they've alienated a lot of people. And what happens with the average fan now when they watch, they like, man, I know who gonna win Sunday because this is what's popping out there. Well, I always want to have it here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm starting to understand it now. Here's the thing that I get, and that is, I think people just, and I think so too, that people are just tired of seeing the same thing all the time these days. Like, you can't keep the same thing going for a very long time as far as, well, with some people it works. Like, with New Day, it works. Everybody loves New Day. You know? Some are highly fucking annoyed by them. But there are people that absolutely adores and embraces New Day for the way they are. Roman ain't one of them people. Like, Roman Reigns is someone that people cannot stand. They're like, oh, God, this dude. You know? They can appreciate the heel that turns face and all that kind of stuff. But they just can't stand people like Roman. They're like, ugh, this dude. You know? So, I don't know.
I'm going to go with Braun Strowman to win this match, and here's why.
Of course. Me and you agree, because Roman ain't winning this. Like, come on, man. I mean, he good and all, but, dude, Braun's going to destroy him. Like, I'm just going to put it like that. I'm going to put it in that exact words. Braun is going to destroy him.
But,
so,
that was an easy choice, though. I think Roman been getting beat up every week for a reason. I think there'll be some more details at the end of the pay-per-view. But Braun the man. Which leads us to the final match, Keish. Kevin Owens, Universal Championship versus Bill Goldberg. Who you got and why?
Okay. Is it bad? I'm the queen of questions tonight. Okay, so is it bad that I really just don't know who the hell is going to win this match? This is my reasoning for this question. Okay, so I love Kevin as the champ, and I really think that he can carry this belt into WrestleMania. Okay, I really feel like he can carry this belt into WrestleMania, and he can have an incredible main event pay-per-view. I mean, a incredible main event match at WrestleMania. I don't care who he faces. I really think this can work for him, you know? With that being said, I don't know if they really want to take the belt off of him just to put it on Goldberg so he can have a title match with Brock Lesnar. And personally, to me, I really feel like that's not going to happen, because I feel like Brock Lesnar is going to cost Goldberg this title at Fastlane, and that's what's going to fuel the fire to their match at WrestleMania. So, with that being said, I think I just answered my own question. And I actually did just answer my own question now that I actually gave an explanation for it. So that question was irrelevant. But I think Kevin Owens, I don't think Kevin Owens loses the title. I really believe that they're going to keep the belt on Owens, and they're going to have Brock Lesnar interfere in this match somehow, and it's going to cost Goldberg the title, which is just going to literally add fuel to the already burning fire that's going on between Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. So I think they have other plans for the title and Kevin, and I don't know if it's going to be the match of him and Chris Jericho. I wouldn't say all that. But I really feel like they're going to have a different type of main event set up for Kevin in the title. But it won't involve Goldberg or Brock Lesnar. I don't think they're going to make that a title match. Like, I understand Goldberg came back for another title run and whatnot, and I get that. I get that wholeheartedly, but at the same time, just because people come back for things doesn't mean that they actually happen.
Right.
So what's not to say that this is going to actually happen? I'm not saying that it won't, but, you know, I don't think that it's going to happen at Fastlane. Fastlane, I think, is going to open up a whole new door for a whole new thing, for something else to happen. So this is going to be a very interesting predicament, but it's nonetheless going to end in a where the champion is still going to be champion. So Kevin and being Universal Champion, that's not going to go anywhere. That ain't happening. With him losing it, that is. It's just not going to happen. That's Keisha's take on it.
Okay. Like I said, and we discussed this earlier, this match ends in shenanigans. Does Jericho cost Kevin Owens the title, and then they'll just fight for the U.S. title at WrestleMania? Does Brock Lesnar cost Goldberg the match, and they just don't have no titles? Or does Goldberg plow through Matt Hardy, and they get a run at the belt? I'm going to say this. Since nobody resigned with TNA, I'm going to say that the blow through will go through Matt, and maybe somebody will do something on the backside. So, I say Goldberg wins. Goldberg wins. He's a new U.S. Universal Champion. He will defend that belt against Brock at WrestleMania. Jericho and Owens will have their separate issue, and that'll be for the U.S. title. So, that's my final answer.
Interesting.
So, with that being said, that is our preview of WWE Fastlane. Watch, enjoy, compare later. Keisha, anything going down with you this weekend?
No. And I'm going to tell you why. I have elected to not do a damn thing this weekend. So, I'm not doing anything. You hear me, people? I am going to binge watch some shows. I'm going to eat junk food, and I'm going to take naps. Like, that is my plan for the weekend. It might get disrupted because I have a boyfriend that likes to go out places, and I have no objections to that. But at the same time, I will also thoroughly voice to him what I have thought out in my head as a plan. Actually, I already have done that, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I don't plan on doing much. Now, Keith, I know you don't know this yet, and you might know it. I don't know if you do or not, but I'm going to tell the world, and I'm going to tell you too right now. Your father has a new car. So, let that sink in for a second. 1,000? Okay. 2017 Chevy Equinox. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. So, no, you're not doing nothing this week.
Wait. No, I'm going to repeat that one more time. Okay? So, I'm going to announce this to you now and to the world because I feel like, we're going to get it action. So, our father has a new car. Yes, that is correct.
I talked to him yesterday. He ain't tell me nothing about that he was buying a car.
Yeah. He has a new car.
Like, we talked about a whole bunch of other stuff. He did not tell me he was buying a car. Like, we went over a whole bunch of stuff. Like, he literally texted me yesterday and told me to call him when I got off work. And we talked. He did not tell me nothing.
Yes. So, it is a 2017 Chevy Equinox. And it's black. And it's beautiful. And I know he's up right now listening to me tell you all this information. So
Well, you got to tell
I'm
me.
gonna let them know.
Tell it to America.
Yeah.
So, that's what we're doing right now.
But I told myself that I was gonna tell you during the show, so like it's out there, like everybody get it. So everybody's hearing this for the first time, including you. Like I'm, of course, I told myself I was gonna throw it out there right now, because but I was gonna wait to the end of the show to do it. I wasn't gonna interrupt the show and say it at the beginning. I was like, no, let me wait and whatnot. But yeah, to tell the truth, I didn't know until like this morning, because it's been talked about. But of course, we were waiting for it to actually happen. Well, it happened. So, everybody's excited and whatnot.
Okay.
And yeah. But yeah, your dad's rolling in his new vehicle.
Oh,
I know, right?
Yeah.
So
that,
I'm still letting it sink in.
that is on the
I'm
good
still
note.
letting it sink in.
Yeah. It's the life of the fast lane.
Anything. I'm waiting. I have really, right now, I'm just kind of waiting for next week to come. So that's really what I'm waiting on. Because now, as of now, since it is now the 4th, I am now a week away from, like, the best day ever on Earth. So, it is what it is.
Okay.
Like
7
yeah.
days. The big 30.
7 days.
3-0.
Exactly. Don't do that.
You know what?
Oh,
You young people just don't appreciate y'all age. Y'all don't appreciate that.
okay. For those of you that don't know, I am the only sibling not born in September. So I am a March baby. And my birthday is a week from today. It is on the 11th. I will be turning 30 this year. So, of course, everybody's like uber excited. I know I'm the most excited because, I'm turning 30. But it's funny when I say it because I was just talking about this to one of my friends from college. I was talking about this with one of my close friends earlier today, yesterday, and she was like, Keisha, like, have we really gotten to this point? And I was like, yes, we have. We have gotten to this point. This is where we're at right now. And I'm not even an adult yet. I'm scratching the surface, but trust and believe, I haven't gotten too far. Yeah, I'll be 30 next week. God, man, that's only a week away. Like, it really has snuck up on me. I really just haven't really thought about it. I have, but then I haven't. I planned stuff out, but I haven't really, like, put thorough thought into it. So it's like, now I'm just kind of putting the finishing touches and whatnot on everything. But we'll mention it. Of course, we're going to mention it again next week when we do birthdays. But you will have a partner for next week, so you definitely ain't got to worry about that.
Okay.
But I hope everybody enjoys their weekend and has a wonderful one. I definitely plan to. And I know Keith. Wait, Keith, you didn't tell everybody what you got planned for the weekend.
Absolutely nothing. Watching Fastlane. That's it.
Yeah, of course. Wrestling is always included, and wrestling is always in my weekend, regardless of if there's a pay-per-view or not. Like, I'm always watching wrestling or some sort of wrestling. I have got to get you my review. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, wrestling is always included in everything at some point. So,
All right.
I'm always watching some kind of wrestling.
All right.
Trust and believe. it's awesome. But I guess that's it, really. You know?
Yeah.
I'm glad everybody listening, and we love you.
We'll catch you later.
Bye.
Peace.